Thanks for visiting us here on Hit on Crit, hitoncrit.com. Today we will be reviewing the Dungeons & Dragons Players option, Heroes of the Elemental Chaos. Released February 21st, 2012. It is a hardcover book with a page count of 160 pages and priced at $29.95 retail. Wizards of the Coast bills this release as the definitive source book for creating and playing characters with ties to the elemental chaos and the primordial beings that dwell there. It introduces new character themes, new class powers, and it really is just a fantastic quality book. I really enjoyed reading it. I enjoyed this book as much as I enjoyed the Shadowfell and the Neverwinter book last year. I did enjoy the Feywild book, but the Feywild book was very strongly theme-oriented and player-oriented, where this Heroes of the Elemental Chaos book really brings a lot in the opening chapters to Dungeon Masters as well as to players. In fact, it inspired me to go ahead and pull out the Plane Below, Secrets of the Elemental Chaos book, which is an excellent companion to this Heroes of the Elemental Chaos book, and I would encourage you really to kind of enjoy them side by side and take advantage of the D&D Insider content that's been published as well in the last month that goes along with the Heroes of the Elemental Chaos. Really great supplemental material as well, and I'll be looking forward to the additional items that D&D Insider publishes. So the Insider material, the Heroes of the Elemental Chaos with the Plane Below, are really just quality companions. But let's take a little bit of a closer look at the Heroes of the Elemental Chaos. Alright, so the Heroes of the Elemental Chaos book, again 160 pages, is an excellent read. You'll bear with me, mine is very highlighted up, but it really just does an excellent job covering elemental magic, the nature of elemental magic, talks about the basic elements, talks about the perils of elemental magic, talks about the primordials and the primal ban and a history on why the primordials are bound, talks about primordial cults, talks about the Elder Elemental Eye, the cult of the Elder Elemental Eye, just really discussing the background behind that, which is very relevant for the new season of D&D Encounters with the Elder Elemental Eye. Talks about the Elemental Chaos, reaching there, Elemental Realms, the Abyss. Starts to talk about locations there, as well as elemental touch races and how each of the races are elementally touched, both in their history and in their presence, going through each of them and sharing how your particular character or how the peoples of different races may have been touched by the elemental chaos, as well as some other races that are not of particular strong history with the elemental chaos. Talks about how to gain primordial powers, or how to gain elemental powers. Talks about the primordials individually, about the elemental princes, who are all really kind of an active part of the cult of the Elemental Eye, many of them in his power. Speaks about them all individually. Just fantastic reading, really great reading. All throughout the book you'll see these elemental viewpoints here that talk about kind of like first-person accounts of what it's like to interact with elemental power or to have been affected by elemental power. It talks about the bound primordials, talks about the free primordials. These largely are primordials that for whatever reason and for whatever grace were spared from the God's bondage and continue to roam free. But this is a complete listing of the primordials, and it lists both those that are dead, both those that are imprisoned, and those that are free. And you know, each one of them, very interesting. It talks about using elemental power in your game, and then goes into character themes. Really one character theme for each different element, as well as mote-born, which are born in the elemental chaos, and elemental initiate that study the elemental powers. But there's really excellent themes in here, at least one for each individual element, and excellent powers for choosing those different themes. A lot of fun options for players, and really going up to very high level to allow you to continue to enjoy those themes. See, I've already gotten in here to classes, so that they have new monk powers. They have the elementalist as a sorcerer class. They have hexblade. They have wizard. All just different powers for these different classes, and as well as feats. Really great one, the Born of the Elements feat, that offers future feats with the prerequisite of the Born of the Elements. So, and that's not just meaning being born in the elements, or in the elemental chaos. It means being touched by the elemental chaos in a myriad of ways. So that could really read born of the elements, or changed and therefore born of the elements. So it also deals with elemental companions that is appropriate for several themes and for several classes, but these are just companions that have either elemental origin or elemental characteristics. A couple of elemental items, and the standard appendix character advancement table if you were to have really just picked this up as one of your few player options for your character development. Excellent book. I know the thumbing through the book was quick and deliberate, but I encourage you to pick it up and enjoy it. I hope that you enjoy it as much as I do, and I hope it improves your game both as a DM and as a player. It really is a quality product consistent with the high quality of the 4th edition products that have come out here as we near the end of the life cycle of 4th edition. Again, please visit us on Hit on Crit, hitoncrit.com, Facebook /HitOnCrit, Twitter /HitOnCrit, and subscribe to us on YouTube at YouTube /HitOnCrit. Until next time, thanks for viewing.